Be honest, you get paid, you feel good for like 2 days, and then you look at your account and you're genuinely confused about where it all went. You didn't go crazy, you just lived, and somehow the money's gone. You're living paycheck to paycheck with a real salary coming in, and nothing is actually building, and you're starting to think something's wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. I was making $64,500 a year, getting up to $5,000 reimbursed towards my MBA, living at home, and I was still broke every single month. Once I fixed these habits, I paid over $50,000 in student debt and built my savings to 6 figures by 24 without making more money. These 8 habits are what's keeping you poor. They're not big, obvious mistakes, they're small decisions that feel normal, and that's exactly why they keep you stuck. I'm gonna walk you through every single one, and every single one is fixable starting today. Before we start, this is not a video that tells you to stop buying coffee. I drink coffee, I will never stop, and I would never tell you to either. What I'm talking about are the habits that are actually draining you, the ones so normal you don't even question them. Let's go through every single one. Bad habit number 1, spending first and hoping you save later. Here's exactly what this looks like in real life. Paycheck hits, rent goes out, phone bill, subscriptions. You grab dinner because you genuinely worked hard this week and you deserve it. You buy something small that felt necessary in the moment, and at the end of the month, you tell yourself you'll save whatever's left. There is never anything left. Sound familiar? And it feels logical because you're covering real expenses, but there's a concept called Parkinson's Law that explains exactly why this approach will never work. Your spending always expands to fill whatever money is available to it. If your account shows $2,000 after bills, your life mysteriously costs $2,000, $3,000, same thing. It fills the space every time, not because you're irresponsible, because that's how humans work by default when there's no system stopping it. The fix is automation. For me, the only way this actually worked was separating my savings completely. I use a high-yield savings account so the money moves automatically, and I don't see it sitting in my checking account. I personally use Marcus, I'll link it down below, but honestly, the main thing is just not letting that money sit somewhere you can spend it. Before bills, before anything, a set percentage moves automatically into that separate account on payday. You don't see it sitting there, you don't make a decision about it when you're feeling flush, it's already allocated before your brain can redirect it. Even 5%, even $50 to start, treat it like a bill you already owe because you do. Bad habit number 2, building a life you can't actually afford. When I was in my first corporate job, I was surrounded by people who always had somewhere to be, something new, and there's a quiet pull, especially when you finally have real income, to match that energy, to belong to the version of life everyone around you seems to be living. Here's what I had to learn the hard way. A lot of what you're seeing is debt with a great Instagram filter. People I actually knew personally, always posting, always somewhere interesting, always looking polished, were carrying thousands in credit card debt with nothing actually saved. The lifestyle was almost entirely an illusion, and chasing it would have been extremely expensive. I got comfortable saying, that's not in my budget right now. No apology, no long explanation, just for what it was. The people who actually mattered respected it. The ones who didn't told me something important about those friendships. Do you want to look like you have money or actually have it? You can only sustain one of those long term. Bad habit number 3, choosing not to look at your money. Not knowing what you owe, not tracking where your money actually goes, just hoping it's fine. I did this for a full year. I knew roughly what my salary was and roughly what my bills were and hoped that the math worked out. It consistently did not, and the shift happened when I sat down with 3 months of actual bank and card statements and mapped everything. Every subscription, every charge, every dollar, 4 numbers. What comes in after taxes, what goes out, what I own, what I owe. Income minus expenses is your gap. Your monthly building power, assets minus liabilities, is your net worth. Whether you're genuinely moving forward or just treading water, just doing it puts you ahead of where most people around you are operating financially. Okay, real quick, if you made it this far without clicking off to watch something easier, good. That tells me you actually want to change something. Most people tap out right around here. The next habits are where the real money is going, literally. Don't leave now, because the next one is the one that caught me completely off guard. Bad habit number 4, spending money that doesn't feel real. I use a credit card, I love the rewards, but I had to get completely honest with myself about the fact that swiping doesn't feel like real money leaving my hands, and research shows people spend more with cards than with cash. I was approving purchases I couldn't fully afford because at least I'll get points, or at least I'll get the miles, and that logic is a slow, quiet trap. The rule I use now, if it goes on the card, the exact cash to cover it needs to be sitting in my account that same day. If it's not there, the purchase doesn't happen, period. For spending I'm already doing, especially food, I still use Rakuten on top, so I'm at least getting something back on purchases I'm already making. I'll link it below. It takes like 5 minutes to set up. Rakuten basically gives you cash back automatically on restaurants and retailers you're already spending at. You shop like normal and money comes back, and if you link your card, you don't even have to remember to use it, it just works. The rule comes first though, cashback only actually means something when you're not carrying a balance. Bad habit number 5, ignoring what your money is actually costing you. This one I learned the hard way. I had my MBA loan, I was making payments, putting money into a high-yield savings account, and genuinely feeling like things were moving in the right direction. And then one night I actually sat down and looked at a loan statement, really looked at it, and realized I had accumulated close to $1,000 in interest on a balance I hadn't been hitting hard enough. While my savings was earning interest on one side, my loan was charging me more on the other. I was paying more in interest than I was earning, and I didn't even realize it. I was basically moving money in circles and calling it progress. After I saw both sides clearly, I restructured everything immediately. Every reimbursement, every dollar I didn't spend, everything went straight to the balance. Between my MBA and undergrad, I had over $50,000 in student debt, and I paid it all off by summer 2025. Once I actually saw the numbers, everything changed. And on the savings side of that equation, this is why I keep my money in a high-yield savings account. I personally use Marcus by Goldman Sachs. It keeps your money earning more than a regular bank, and more importantly, it keeps it separate so you're not accidentally spending it. I'll link it below, but the main takeaway is this: your money should be working for you, not quietly working against you. Bad habit number 6, avoiding small financial boundaries. I love eating out, but there is a version of eating out that quietly drains your account, and it's the group dinner where someone orders a $30 entree, adds 2 drinks, and then the check comes and someone says, let's just all split it, and you paid for their whole meal plus yours. I started doing separate checks or being clear and specific about what I actually ordered. It was slightly awkward for one dinner. After that, it just became my thing. On a real savings timeline, this habit adds up more across a month than most people realize. And if you're going to spend on food, which I fully support, use Rakuten to get money back on it. Every little margin matters when you're protecting dollars seriously. All right, so if you made it this far without opening a second tab, I genuinely respect it. You are not just here for a quick dopamine hit. 2 habits left, and these are the ones that feel the most harmless to skip, which is exactly why they do the most quiet damage. Stay with me. Bad habit number 7, waiting to start investing until you feel ready. I said every version of this excuse possible, and what nobody explains clearly at 22 is that time is the actual variable in investing, not the starting amount. Someone putting in $50 consistently at 22 ends up in a completely different place than someone who starts with $200 at 28. Those early years are not just years of contributions, they are years of compound growth that cannot be brought back once they're gone. Time in the market beats timing the market always. For me, I started with opening a Roth IRA through Fidelity. Even just starting small completely changed how I thought about money. The way it works is you contribute after-tax dollars now, and everything grows completely tax-free over time. And when you're younger and likely in a lower tax bracket, locking that in early actually matters more than people realize. Start with $50 a month if that's what you have, then just increase it as your income grows. For accessible investing outside of a retirement account, you can still use Fidelity for a regular brokerage account. It's all in one place and it's really easy to manage once you get the hang of it. Start with broad index funds, set a recurring monthly contribution, and leave it alone. Do not check it every day. Don't panic when the market moves. And if you want the absolute lowest barrier entry point to just start the habit before you're ready to commit to larger amounts, Acorns rounds up your everyday purchases and automatically invests the spare change. Your $4.60 coffee becomes $5 and the extra cents go straight into your investment account. It's not going to make you wealthy on its own, but it builds the habit of being an investor, and that's what actually matters at this stage. You don't need to be ready, you just need to start. And finally, bad habit number 8, managing money with no actual system. Just moving through the month hoping things work out. This is the one that makes all of the other habits possible or impossible depending on whether you fix it. Without a framework, everything is equally justifiable. And when everything is justifiable, everything gets justified. The system I use is the 70-20-10 rule. 70% of take-home goes to living expenses, everything it costs you to actually function. 20% goes to savings and debt payoff, automated on payday, non-negotiable. 10% goes to investments, also automated before I can redirect it, and that's it. No tracking every individual purchase across 20 categories, no weekly budget reviews, no guilt spiral over a dinner out. The framework makes the decisions before the month starts, and I just live inside the 70. When every dollar already has a job before you spend it, impulse spending has nowhere to land. Nobody teaches us this stuff. Not in school, not usually at home. Most of us just absorb the financial habits around us, and a lot of them are quietly working against us every single month. Fix one of these this month, not all 8, just one, and tell me in the comments which one hits closest to home. I read every single one, and I'm building future videos around what you're actually dealing with. Rakuten, Marcus, Fidelity, and Acorns are all linked below. Some are referral links, which means I may earn a small bonus if you sign up at no extra cost to you. This is based on my personal experience and not financial advice. And in the next video, I'm breaking down the exact plan I used to save 6 figures in my 20s. Subscribe so you don't miss it. And remember, we can only go up from here.